Now we are going to start PT 365 of culture. So here, sculpture and architecture is the ancient temple of Gupta period. So archaeological survey of India has found remains of an ancient temple dating back 55th century BC of Bilsad village of Uttar Pradesh. So Archaeological Survey of India is the premier organization for archaeological research, scientific analysis, excavation. Alexander Cunningham, Ministry of Culture, and the preservation and the protection of the monuments. Now, Bilsad has been protected since 1928. Important Gupta periods and two decoration pillar to temple engraved with Shankh Lipi inscription saying Shri Mahendra Ditya the Kumara Gupta, one of the Gupta dynasty, and discovery becomes significant. Only two other structural temples from the Gupta age have been the Shavatara temple and the Bhitargaon temple. So the Itaha pillar are well sculptured, better than the earlier example in which only the lower section were carved. So decorative pillar and staircase has a bit more advanced than the earlier one. Shankh Lipi is the described ornate spiral character assumed to be Brahmi derivatives that look like conch shell and Shankha. So both Shankh Lipi and the Brahmi are stylish script used to primarily name and signature. So found in the inscription across the north central India and date back 4th and 8th century. Prominent site with shell inscription include the Mundeshwari temple in Bihar and the Udaygiri cave in the Madhya Pradesh. So Mundeshwari in the Bihar and Udaygiri cave in the Madhya Pradesh also. So there is the Brahmi and Shankh Lipi. Script is the primary name and signature. Gupta period of temple architecture. The Gupta were the first to build a structural temple and distinctly different from the ancient rock cut architecture. So the Gupta dynasty ruled the north central India and 4th century to 6th century CE, considered a golden age of art. Dynasty was founded by Chandragupta, who found acceded to the throne, and the Gupta style was influenced by Kushana, Mathura and Gandhara. T-shaped doorways, decorated door jambs, sculpted panel with high raffle figure and laurel wreath and acacias motifs. Temple construction using sandstone, granite and bricks. So there is the T-shaped doorway, decorated jamb sculptures and high relic figure was there. So it's the most preferred form of temple were designed to be appreciated from the all sites. Decorative architecture feature 6th century to Gupta temple were built on the platform Jagati, and good example of the Dashavtar temple, Devgarh temple in the Madhya Pradesh. So there is a Jagati and there is a Dashavtar temple of Madhya Pradesh. Gupta temple was dedicated to large number of Hindu god rather than a single deity. So it's this square tower of the Dashavtar temple is a fine example, and sculpture of Vishnu, Brahma and Indra, Ganga, Yamuna as a attendant and the Mithula couple. 5 main time of Gupta temple are the square building roof, sanctum sanctorum, garbhagriha, single entrance, and the porch matpa appear for the first time. Notable example of Kankali Devi temple and the Vishnu Varaha temple. So additional to the ambulatory around sanctum, some second story is also found. Notable example is Shiva temple and Ladkha temple and Arbati temple of Nachna Guthar. So there is the Shiva temple in the MP, Ladkha temple is the Ahol, and Parbati temple in the Nachna Guthar MP. So it's a square temple with low and square tower above pillared approach, a high platform at the base. It is a Panchayatan style of architecture. The main shrine is built on the rectangular bridge and subsidiary shrine at the four corner, so making the total 5 shrine, hence the name is Panchayatana. Most unique achievement of the state is Curvilinear tower of Shikhara, and success of this led to the Nagra style of temple. And notable temple example is Dashavtar is the brick temple Bhitargaon. Rectangular temple outside beard vaulted roof about. Notable example of Kapoteswar temple in the Andhra Pradesh. Circular temple for cardial phase, and a notable example of Maniyar Math was in the Rajgir, Bihar. So Sun temple Recently, Archaeological Survey of India has the removed and filed by the British from the Seal Assembly Hall Jagmohan of Konark Sun Temple, Odisha. Jagmohan was filled with sand by British to avoid damage, and it was settled down, creating 17-feet gap between sand and structure. Dedicated to sun god Bay of Bengal, it is also known the Black Pagoda, and King Narsingha Dev, one of the Eastern Ganga dynasty, was 1308 to 1250. As per the Kenduli copper's inscription, the old legend links it to Samba, son of Lord Krishna. So UNESCO World Heritage Site is protected under the Ancient Monument and the Archaeological Sites and remain Amsar Act 1958. Chandrabhaga is nearest beach received Blue Flag certification for environment cleanliness, and the IIT Kharagpur was the presence of lost of Chandrabhaga river in proximity at the temple. So Amsar Act is ancient monument and archaeological sites act is there. There's the Ganta Kalasha, then Pida Deul, then Amla Bhumi, Rekha Deul, and Rekha Prasada. These temples are like Jagmohan, Garbhgraha, Pida Deul, Rahapaga, Konapaga, and Andhra Paga, and Konark Paga. So this is temple. Rekha Deul or Vimana with the Shikhara, Jagmohan or assembly hall, Nata Mandir or dance hall, and the number of other substructure. It is a complete form. It represents an epic imagination of the celestial chariot carrying sun mounted 24-inch carved wheel, and north and south with nearly 3 diameter. So it's a set of wheel representing 12 months of year, and the 8 spoke as 8 prayer and symbolic motif on the cycle of season and months. So it's a 7 horses and 7-day week. Decorative features, loin, museum, and dancer. Also, wheel of temple are depicted on reverse sides, and stone user temple chariots of laterites and the greenish conandins. So temple destruction, like there is 1837 Jagmohan remaining fully intact, and Islamic invasion and the structure flow is the unsuitably withering removal of the magnet. So flourish in the ancient Kalinga region lying between the Mahanadi and Godavari river and present-day West Bengal, Odisha, and the Andhra Pradesh. Sub-style of Nagra temple, the Kalinga temple, are further classified into 3 distinct types: Rekha Deul, Pida Deul, and the Khakra Deul. So Rakha Deul is the square plant top with a curvilinear tower and lying along the same line and dedicated to Vishnu, Shiva, and Sun. And Pida Deul is the plan but top with pyramidal town and horizontal tile platform arranged in the 3 tiers dedicated to Vishnu, Shiva, and Sun. And the Khakra Deul is the barrel shaped rectangular plan elongated roof Dravida Gopuram design. So there is the Page major dynasty is the Bomakshara. Famous temple is the Param Sumeshwara Vethal Deula. Major dynasty is the Eastern Ganga. Famous temple was the Jagmohan temple, and the major dynasty is the Gajpati, and the major dynasty is the Somvanshi. Famous temple is Mukteshwar Raja Rani Lingraj temple. So Mukteshwar Raja Rani Lingraj temple is the major dynasty of the Somvanshi. Reclining Buddha. India largest statue of the reclining Buddha is being installed. The Buddha in International Welfare Mission Temple, Bodh Gaya, Bihar. A reclining Buddha statue represents the Buddha during his last illness, about the parinirvana, the stage of great salvation, that can only be attained by the enlightened soul. And the statue of the reclining Buddha show the lying of right side, his head resting on the cushion on his right elbow. So it is meant to show that all beings have the potential to be awakened and be released from the cycle of birth and death. So the reclining Buddha was first depicted in the Gandhara art, which was the 15 BC to 75 AD, during the Kushana period from the 1st to 5th century AD. So cave number 26, Ajanta, contains 24-foot long 9-foot tall sculpture. Reclining Buddha is believed to have been carved in the 5th century AD. Kushinagar, Uttar Pradesh, is the Buddha attained parinirvana, and standalone monolith statue of the reclining Buddha inside the Parinirvana Stupa. So the type of sandstone, the grey. Religious influence mainly the Buddhist and patron is the Kushana dynasty. Area is the northwest frontier and the features sculptures the spiritual Buddha and wearing less ornaments, wavy hair, large forehead, large ears, eye half closed, and protuberance on the head. So it's Sri Lanka, India. The Buddha is mostly shown in sitting posture, while the reclining posture are more prevalent in the Thailand and the Southeast Asia. The largest reclining Buddha in the world is 600-foot Buddha built in 1992, Maula Mjine. So, Bamla Buddha is the Parinirvana, Pakistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, oldest statue of the kind of the world, and 17-meter statue of the reclining Buddha was built at the Hindu temple sites of the Bopon in the Cambodia, Angkor Wat. Miniature sculpture of the Buddha found the Alembi in the Udupi district, Karnataka. Sculpture made out of the soft sandstone look like a replica of the Sarnath Buddha. So Buddha is the seated lotus pedestal Dharma Chakra Parivartana Mudra. The sculpture is the Gupta Style. So miniature sculptures, the Buddha is the Alembi, Udupi district of Karnataka. Four major schools developed under the Buddhism are Hindu Hinayana. It is lesser vehicle orthodox school and followed by originally preaching of Buddha. It did not believe in idol image worship, but Pali language to connect with the masses. Mahayana Buddhism was greater vehicle, liberal belief of the heavenliness of Buddha and Bodhisattva embodying Buddha nature. It believed in idol or the image worship of Buddha, and scholar predominantly use the Sanskrit language. And the Theravada Buddhism, this was the subsect of the Hinayana, and it reflects the scholar of the elder monk. The ultimate goals is the cessation of kleshas and the attainment of sublime state of nirvana. It believes concept of Vibhajivada and the teaching of analysis. Pali is the sacred language of Theravada Buddhism. So Theravada is the Hinayana Sarva, the elder monk of ultimate goal is the cessation of the kleshas. So it's a Theravada Buddhism, that is Pali sacred. Vajrayana Buddhism is the subsect of Mahayana, and it was influenced by Hinduism and combining Brahminical Veda-based ritual and Buddhist philosophy. So it's Tantra, Mantra and Yantra. Classical Tibet is main language used to be student. Now next is various mudra related to the Buddha. So Bhumi Sparsha Mudra, that is the Buddha sitting with right hand touching the earth, palm facing the inward and left hand in the left, symbolizing Mara Vijaya, earth as the witness to the truth of the world, related only to Buddha. Uttara Buddhi is a two hand placed together with index finger and together with other finger intertwined. It means supreme enlightenment, and Uttara Bodhi means supreme enlightenment of the Buddha. So Mudra is known the changing of one energy to symbolize perfection. Dhyana Mudra is both the hands are placed in left with tip of thumb and the finger touch to each other to indicate the meditation of called Samadhi, and Mudra is used both Buddha final meditation of the Bodhi tree. Karna Mudra is either horizontally or vertically with palm formed of the thumb and praise the fold to middle finger, but index is little finger are raised straight upward. It indicates the warding of evils. It's a Karna Mudra. So Dharma Chakra Mudra, it's a mudra involve both the hands right hand held chest level and the palm waist facing onwards. So mystic circle is formed by the joining the tips of the index finger and the thumb. So left hand is turned inwards and the index finger, thumb, this hand joined to the touch to the right hand and the means of turning wheel of the Dharma. So it's a gesture of only Buddha at first sermon in the deer park of Sarnath. Vajra Mudra is the left hand in the hand and first of the right hand. This mudra is an important knowledge and supreme wisdom. Vitarka Mudra is the tip of the thumb, index finger, touch the one another and forming the circle. So circle mainly the constant flow of the energy. There is no beginning of the ends and perfection. So indicate the teaching and discussion, intellectual debate. So it's a Vitarka Mudra. Abhaya Mudra is the palm of right hand and face outward and the finger upright and the joint indicate the fearlessness, and this gesture was shown by Buddha immediately attainment of enlightenment. God goddess in Buddhism mudra is the Abhay Mudra. Anjali Mudra is the both hands close to the chest palm and the finger joined against each other vertically, and symbol of respect, greeting, and salutation. This bodhisattva who aim and prepare the perfect knowledge. Varaha Mudra is the its way to down and with the palm of the open hand facing. So it's indicate the charity, compassion, and granting wishes. So it's efforts to meditative concentration. So it's used for the god, goddess, and king. It's a Varda Mudra, and Abhaya Mudra for the palm rights and outwards, so finger uprights. Now Vitarka Mudra is that thumb, index, finger touch to the forming a circle. It's a Vitarka Mudra, and beginning of the end of perfection indicate the teaching of discussion and intellectual debate. So the 16-year-old found in Haryana archaeological has discovered the Haryana Sandai village at Yamuna Nagar lost habitual along with the legendary Saraswati river. Evidence of habitation of bricks and where remains a statue. Religion evidence of Nagra style temple and sculptures pillar apart from the material related base of construction. Indo-Sasanic Iranian coin of type which along with 7th century, so it's like the post Gupta empire to the Gujar Pratihara, and this site was between the Kushana to Gujarat Pratihara periods. Next is the Porunai river Thamira Barani civilization. So carbon dating analyzing the soil found in the burial Shiva Tungi district, Tamil Nadu, and civilization indicating that the Thamira Barani civilization. So its oldest civilizations of older Vedic civilizations of Vedic civilization, indigenous, well-developed, self-sustained urban culture, and excavation would be carried out search of Tamil roots and state of carved ancient port of Mujiris, and this is Egypt and Oman. Egypt is for the Kuwait al-Islam and Pernika Annake, and Oman is for the Khor Rori and the Port Shirt. So bearing Tamil script have been found in the country and southeast country such as Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia, Vietnam were King Rajeshwar Chola. Ellora cave are the 8th century is in the Sahyadri hill in the Aurangabad and Maharashtra. So UNESCO as the World Heritage Site in the known for its Hindu, Buddhism, and Jain temple and monuments group of 34 caves and Brahminical 5 Jain. So one of the largest single rock monastic cave is the complex in the world, contain the largest single monolithic excavation in the world and popularly known to the Kailasha cave. So Kailasha cave is the Ellora cave. Now Trirasmi Buddhism cave is the 3 new cave were discovered in the Trirasmi Buddhism cave complex of the Nasik, Maharashtra. Old cave here the Vrindana, and they have consist of the square stone platform for the monk. Tirasani cave is the known Pandavleni. 24 caves are the Tirasaleni hills 6 to 7 in century and documented one of the Captain James de la Mine. So Vihara and Chaitya are there. Vihara are the monastery and the Chaitya are the hall of so Hinayana faith is and Mahayana faith in the Buddhism is there. So Hinayana for did not believe in the idol worship, and the Mahayana who believe in the idol worship of the Buddha. So it's a Madhya Pradesh, that is the Barabar cave, and Bagh cave is in the Madhya Pradesh, and now Ajanta, Ellora, and Konhari cave is in the Maharashtra. Andhra Pradesh the Nagarjuna cave, and the Udaygiri cave is the Odisha, and Doli, Lalitagiri, and Ratnagiri in the Odisha. Now next one is the Ramana Kali temple. So President of India inaugurated the renovated Sri Rama Kali Mandir in the Dhaka, and revived shrine is considered a symbol of the spiritual and the cultural bond among the people of India and Bangladesh. The temple was destroyed by Pakistani forces during their Operation Scarlet in the brutal crackdown that led to the Bangladesh War of Liberation, and the Ramana Kalibari was built during the medieval era, and its temple complex acquired the additional building for the devotee of the famous saint Amandai. Amandai is the famous saint, and Ramana Kali temple symbol of the spiritual cultural bond India and Bangladesh. So Ramana Kali temple is for the India, Bangladesh, and the Pakistani force during their Operation Searchlight wanted to brutal crackdown of this temple, but the original Ramana Kalibari was built during the medieval era, an additional building for the devotee of the famous saint Anandamayi. Sabj Burj. The Sabj Burj is an octagonal tomb situated beside the Humayun Tomb, New Delhi, and the structure is crowned with the blue dome, and it's popularly known to the Neeli blue Chhatri. So some historical consider the Sabj Burj tomb is constructed to be Fahim Khan died in the who was an attendant to Abdur Rahim Khan during 4th Mughal Emperor, and it's demonstrate Timurid architecture style synonym with the Central Asia. It does not have marking pointing to the identity of the Buri rendered. However, its immense significance due to the ceiling on the double dome structure and gold lapis and revealed over concentration efforts of Brigham. So lapis lazuli and the deep blue metamorphic rock used as a semi-precious stone that have been bleached like since antiquity for its intense color. So Sabj Burj is where it's a Fahim Khan who was an attendant to Abdur Rahim Khana and 4 Mughal Emperor Jahangir reign, and Timurid architectural style at say Central Asia. So it's in New Delhi. Sabj Burj is in the New Delhi for the Humayun tomb is there. Painting and other arts are Mangarabani cave painting. So archaeological discovered cave painting believed to be one of the upper Paleolithic age amongst the quartzite rock of the Ravli mountain range and forested holy grove called the Mangarbani in the Haryana. The cave painting comprises image of the human figure, animal, foliage, geometrical figure. Painting are reminiscent of the Bhimbetka, Madhya Pradesh, which is one of the oldest known cave art in the India Mesolithic age. And the color of most painting, but some of the white ochre is the earth's pigment containing the ferric oxide and clay and varying from the light yellow to the brown reds. According to the expert, Mangar cave is the archaeological view. The painting is continuation of the Sonian culture, and Sonian is an archaeological culture of lower Paleolithic Shivalik region. So it's a Mangar Rani Bani cave. That is, you see in this figure like man, animal and geometrical pattern, that's black, red, ochre. Human represent the stick like form, and Paleolithic age, then Mesolithic, Neolithic, then Metal age. And this is theme daily life events and like hunting, dancing, horse, elephants, rider, honey collecting, and white, yellow, purple. These are the some colors. Jogimara cave is a painting, that is Jogimara cave near to the like Chhattisgarh, and Kupgullu is cave. Kupgullu cave is the Jharkhand. Jogimara cave is in Chhattisgarh, and the Kupgullu cave is in the Jharkhand. Salient feature of the prehistoric cave painting, that is the 3 category: man, animal and geometry. Wavy lines, rectangular filled geometry design, and the group dots and depicting day-to-day life like hunting and dancing. Some superimposition of painting human and represent the stick-like form. Few are wash painting, but mostly are geometric pattern. White, yellow, orange, red, ochre, purple color. More animal figure than human figure. So main theme is religious methodological palace and the floral motif near the ceiling, geometrical design, red, ochre, yellow color, indigo lamp, black chalk, whites, and movement in the figure is rhythmic, so vibrant and luminous colors are there. Brown dark lines are used to contour. Various skin color also used. Line are forced and full of the energy. Highlight the light composition of typological variation in the cave. So cave painting in India is the earliest painting from the upper Paleolithic time to most of the Mesolithic cave. So richest painting reported from the Vindhya range of the MP and Kemuria extending into UP. Technique is in the later prehistoric painting. So it's a mainly fresco, seco painting and pigments mixed with own organic binders like applied onto the dry plaster, fresco and pigment. This techniques adopted in Italy, and rock of the mineral was first ground into the powder mixed with the water. Brushes was made to plant fiber. So upper Paleolithic painting is the simple iconic animal and human form appear for the first time. Animal, human, always in the dynamic action of the hunting and dancing, and perfection of S-shaped human figure depicting the activity that look it's a hunting, dancing and running, and upper of the rocks the shelter was mostly painted. Mesolithic is the explosion of creativity form of the numerous motif and designs. So it's a simple cloth and ornament, elaborates hard dress and mask they wear. So it's a human figure and static abstract, and male figure are stick like women are bulky box shape and mythical stories as their dance and pregnant women and Lakho Jowar. Bhimbetka is the magical treatment of ill person. Lakho Jua is the fishing scene, and Chatu Burjnath Nala is the archer. So Mesolithic painting is also important, and Upper Paleolithic, as we talked about, this H-shape human always in the dynamic action, simple iconic animal human and the rock in the shelter. Now Neolithic is for the more schematic and stylish sizes. General gone on reducing through a few big figure are also there. Hunting scene are there. Hunting as an act of a large group is absent from now. The solitary hunter shown is example Chatur Bujnath Nala and Kupgallu Pikhihal and the Tekhakota. Now Kalamkari painting. So इससे Karupur Kalamkari painting in Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu is the Kalamkari painting were done as the pure cotton clothes and predominantly used in the temple for the umbrella and cylindrical hanging and chariots cover for the Asmana Giri. So it's the Kalamkari is the done in the Karupur and its surrounding village in the Udaya Palayana and Taluk Ariyuru districts. So around the Sikh Naya Kanpatti and the Panandal in the Vidamaru Taluk, it's a district. So type of the hand painted or the block painting is there in textile. So it's a kalam, pen and kari works using the pen. So done on the cotton and silk fabric of tamarind pen and the natural colorful dates back to the more than 3000 BC. Kalahasti as a Masulipatnam, east of the Hyderabad and Chennai. Painting at the time to depict the Hindu deity and the scene Hindu mythology. This was the patronized by the Mughals, particularly in the Golconda, and mostly natural dye by the use in the Kalamkari, which involved the 23 steps. So distinctive style of the Kalamkari art is India is the Shri Kalahasti style. It's flourished around the temple with Hindu patronage, thus has an almost religious identity, and here the kalam or the pen is used for freehand drawing of the subjects and filling in the colors in the entirely done by the hand. So the theme and deities drawn for the great depict like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Purana and other mythological style, and temple hanging the chariots banner and the Machilipatnam style is the Pedana Kalamkari, also known to Machilipatnam style, and block painting fabrics influenced by the Persian art and used to tree, flower and leaf design and painted for the block. Now Manjusha painting is Ankiya art is the Bhagalpur, Bihar. Snake painting and executed on box of jutes and paper and related to the Anga Mahajanpada. Sora is the Odisha wall mural painting and similar to the Valli painting. So Sora is in the Odisha and it's in Valli painting and painting similar to the Valli painting that is in Odisha Sora. And Madhubani Mithila is the Mithila region, Bihar geometrical pattern and the used two-dimensional imaginary depict the scenes of Hindu epic symbolic figure like the fish and good luck, natural objects of common paint and powdered rice paste and the color with natural pigments and GI status to the Mithila painting is given. Sora painting is the Varli painting and Manjusha painting is the Ankiyan art for the snake painting that is in Mahajanpada periods, and the Patuna arts is the Mangal Kavya tradition part of the scroll for painting storytelling. So the painting present usage for the political and social issue, huge inclusion of the Muslim community. So inspired from the Jagannath and the Vaishnava cult, mix of classical and folk elements, clothes and natural colors, and Pattachitra on the palm leaf is known the Talla Pattachitra. So Pattachitra in the Jagannath and Vaishnava cults mixed to the classical and folk art. And Petkar is the scroll painting by the tribal, so cultural association with Manasa, common to the human life post death. So Petkar painting is the scroll painting in the Jharkhand, and Varli painting in the Gujarat and Maharashtra, that is ancient tribal painting, ritualistic painting with scene of portrait, fishing, hunting, traditional done wall with the geometrical symbol like the triangle, circle and the square, and made up of mud, cow and dung, and painted with white pigments and made of mixture of garum and powder. So it's a worldly painting. Fur painting is a scroll type painting, and the Pithora painting is a depiction of the animal, mainly the horses. And Telangana is the Cherial scroll painting for the Nakashi art, and by Baladi community known to the like Telangana is the Cherial scroll, and the Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh for the animal depiction, and the Thangka in the Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, and the Ladakh region, and Arunachal Pradesh. So related to the Buddhism-based cotton canvas, significance of color like red and intensity of patient white for serenity, black depicts anger, and green represent the consciousness. So Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh is the Ladakh region, and the Arunachal Pradesh for the Thangka. So the Jharkhand is the Petkar. So Jharkhand is the scroll painting by the tribal culture, and its common theme is the human life post-death. Putul Nach is the collaboration with UNICEF, and the Assam-based trust has produced 3 short videos on the Putul Nach, creating mass awareness on COVID-appropriate behavior. So it's a road puppetry of the Assam, Bengal, and also extend to the parts of northeast India. Assam, Bengal, and the northeast India. So the puppets are carved from the wood. Dolls are 1.5 meter tall, made of the hollow wood and bamboo. Heads are made of terracotta. Puppets have mostly 3 points. The heads supported by the man rods and joined at the neck, and the both hands attached to the rod are joined to the shoulders. So Assam is performed the 3 areas of the distinct characteristics of Lower Assam is the Putula Boria, Putula Bauna. Upper is the Majulia Island, and the North Assam is for the Brahmana costume. So there's the 4 puppetry type. Wait.